This is Tanglewood. This is a brand new game I'm creating for the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis. It's going to be released on real cartridge next year. So I'm looking to Kickstarter to try and fund the manufacture of the cartridges and fund the rest of the development. And here it is running on the real hardware. This is a prototype cartridge we've got running through a real Sega Mega Drive.
So Mega Drive was what I knew it as growing up in the UK, but it's the same device as a Genesis, is that right?
It's similar. It's the Mega Drive is running for PAL TVs and the Genesis is running for NTSC TVs. So yeah, they're the same hardware inside. They just work on different tellies.
We've talked a bit about how you're making it and the assembly code and stuff, but tell me about the design and all that sort of side of it.
It's a platformer game. It's along the lines of The Lion King back on the original Genesis, mixed with Another World, which was a puzzle-based platformer. It mixes the two elements together. And this is our main character, Nim. He's an alien fox-like creature, and he's lost from home, so you have to help him get home. Tanglewood has a day and night cycle, so during the day it's safe to roam around, but at night the bad things come out. And part of the story is about Nim here, who is lost from home, and he's supposed to be underground during night time, but he's out and things are out to get him. So you have to use tricks and traps and the skills of evasion to try and evade your predators and get to morning. So here he is, running around in the trees, and you have to use these little ball creatures here called fuzzles, and fuzzles hold power of colour, so you can push these around and you have to help them get home to their nest, and if you help them home they'll give you their colour power. So let's roll him over here. There's a little physics engine built in so they bounce properly.
Oh, there's a signpost there.
And there he is at his nest. So once he's at his nest he'll help you out by giving you his colour. So now that he's yellow he can glide, so we can then get past gaps. So there we go, we can fly over that big gap there, continue on, but of course time isn't on your side, so it's going to change to nightfall. There we go, and now dangerous things come out, so now it's not safe to roam around. You have to have your wits about you from this point onwards. So this is the Jack monster. It's after Nim's face, so it's going to continue chasing you until you get rid of it. And you have to keep coaxing it over here, yeah. You won't be able to continue the level with this thing around, so we are going to push this boulder over here and we're going to drop it on his head, and he's dead now, so he'll leave us alone. You can continue on to the rest of the level. There's several different powers other than the glide power. There's a green one which allows you to stop time, so you can get past monsters while time stops. There's a blue one which is beast taming, so you can tame the beast and then you can ride the beast and you use that to jump bigger gaps, etc. There's a lot more planned for it, there's a lot more enemies, a lot more characters coming to it, and there's a story woven into it. There's also collectibles and secret areas, so the game is replayable.
What is it you've got on here then to make this work? Are you doing this on the laptop on the fly, or do you have to do it exclusively on the old PC?
Most of the coding I do on the old PC and the development kit. Occasionally I work on the train with an emulator, but I try and do that as little as possible because I'm trying to put a spin on authenticity here. But some of the custom tools that I've written, the level editor, the sprite editor, I'm doing with a modern laptop. But the tools do run on the old hardware once they're compiled down, so occasionally I do some level editing on the old machine too.
So what have you got on here to show us now?
Well, this is a custom sprite animation and map editing tool. It's a level editor created called Beehive, specifically for Mega Drive work. You can see one of Tanglewood's levels open here. You can split all the graphics up into tiles and you can drag and drop. You can put bits of scenery around, you can drop objects like the fuzzles or the player starting position in. It works with multiple maps as well. This splits the entire level into tiles. You can see here that this is using 1081 tiles for this level, which is just pushing the limits of the Mega Drive's memory. So that breaks the entire level down into those tiles for enhanced memory consumption basically. It's also got built-in animation tool. If I show you one of these. There you go, so this is the built-in sprite editor. We've got our main character, Nim, here. We've got the run animation split up into sprite sheets. There's the sleep animation, falling, gliding, idle, jump, etc.
So each of those is an animation in its own right, is that right?
Yeah, each one of those is an individual sprite sheet, so it's all split up into separate cells. Pretty much like traditional animation, you can scrub over the timeline and see each individual frame and make sure there's not a pixel out of place, etc. You can adjust the play speed, you can swap frames around, etc.
How do you switch from one kind of thing to another? Is that just a command you do?
In the code, if you press the jump button, it'll switch the sprite sheet over to the jump sprite sheet. On the fly, if you die, it'll choose the die sprite sheet and it'll continue playing the animation on from there.